Hi everybody, my name is Melissa McLean. I am the Director of Service Delivery here at Qualigens, and I'm going to be talking about 3 common employer branding mistakes that companies make. One of which, for us here in delivery, that is really important just in our process overall, as well as the client's process, is the interviewing part and what that looks like. That process in general can be really tough for candidates especially, but also for clients as well. A lot of times companies come up with specific processes that they've followed for a really long time, and they haven't changed or corrected that to kind of go along with the flow of what's happening in the market. So for example, right now, it is a candidate market. Candidates are moving really quickly, and sometimes by having a long drawn out interview process might really affect us getting a hire for that client, just because the candidate might have other opportunities in play, and if their process is taking a long time, they just unfortunately might have to go with another one that was given an offer where maybe it was a 2-step interview process versus a 5-step interview process. So that's part of what we do here, and when we have our weekly update calls, and if we see that happening, it's our job to really consult the client and try to let them know, hey, this is going on. I know this is your company process, but put yourself in the candidate's shoes. How would you feel if you were them and there might be a 6-step interview process, right? And you might have other opportunities. So really trying to help the client understand that just because they've been doing it for a long time doesn't mean necessarily that they should still be doing it, especially in the work climate that's happening right now.
Another one of the common employer branding mistakes that we see is when a client doesn't really understand the ideal profile of a candidate that they're looking for, right? So maybe it's a brand new position they've never recruited for. As technology advancements continue to occur on a daily, weekly, monthly basis, they've never recruited for that position. We help them build a job description out. We try to understand not just what are the qualifications these individuals need to have, but what are the results that they need to bring to the table. What are some of the things that they need to have accomplished in their career? Where are they going in terms of next steps in their career? We help them build an ideal profile. We talk about competencies, we talk about results, we talk about skills, we talk about behaviors. We build an ideal profile. And then maybe our client doesn't understand exactly what the market looks like. Maybe we've got to tap into some of their direct competitors. Maybe we're looking into other industries altogether that have similar but correlating talent. So we help them put a strategy together. We figure out a list of target companies, an approach to take, and that's what our research team does. So when you're talking about common mistakes that people make, not truly understanding the profile, but figuring out the right solution and being able to identify the right type of talent.
We all know the importance of employer branding when attracting the right talent to our organizations. But what about the mistakes we often make? One of the largest is not mapping the entire candidate to employee journey and focusing on branding in every touch point. From the point of awareness of our organizations, branding who we are, to the point of application and the experience every applicant has at that point. And what about onboarding and inculcation, to training and development and their experience through that entire process? Rewards and recognition, what does that say about your organization? And all the way through retirement or exiting your brand. The employer brand is more than just what you put out there on social media. The employer brand is every experience your candidate or your employee has with your organization. And within each of those steps is communication, is experience, is technology. To correctly position your employer brand, map the entire journey. Create an environment that the journey reflects well to every candidate and every member of your team.